Well, if you're any kind of an investor, there may be some bad news on the horizon. Why? Well, because a well respected man, Neil Berger, a veteran trader and the founder of Contrarian Macro Fund, is betting that global assets are going to feel even more pain in 2023. Worse yet, he says, big picture, everything is going down. Let's dive in. Here we go. Let's do some quick analysis here. Neil Berger is no stranger to the world of finance and investing, obviously. He ran Eagle's Eye View Capital Management as a fund of funds for over 16 years before launching the Contrarian Macro Fund. And that was done just last April, 2 Aprils ago in 2021. The new fund piled up bets on an increasingly hawkish Federal Reserve and delivered a return of about 163% in 2022. So if you doubt whether this man knows what he's talking about, hopefully that set some of your fears aside. Now, why did Berger start the fund in the first place? Well, according to Bloomberg, he believed that the central bank flows were going to change 180 degrees, and that this key difference would be a headwind on all asset prices. He said specifically that one had to believe that the prices we saw were, to use an academic term, wackadoodle. Eagle's View, as it sits now, has about 700 million in assets under management and roughly 200 million in Contrarian Macro Fund. And despite the turbulence of the previous year bringing losses for many managers into play, Berger found the opposite. He's shorting stocks and bonds with futures contracts targeting assets that he believes have been skewed by easy money policies. And if you look at the tech and entertainment industry, those are some areas rife for exploitation, I would imagine, in his view. Again, my speculation. Now, in particular, his Contrarian Macro Fund is mostly betting against European and American assets, though it also has some hedges that will pay returns in some upswings, which is good. That's what a hedge fund is for. The 19 trillion worth of sovereign debt is trading at negative yields, and the special access corporate offerings, crypto boom, and private equity valuations, well, they're all stripes of that same zebra, according to Mr. Berger. The zebra, of course, being the ocean of liquidity, first in response to the great financial crisis, and then obviously to the global crisis, or the pandemic, if you would prefer. After the Bank of Japan took, well, the actions that they did, surprisingly, a hawkish maneuver last month to widen the trading range of 10-year bond positions, Berger added bets against those very same bonds. And he anticipates maintaining his short positions for years, which is probably pretty smart. And he's predicted pain in the stock market that won't become fully evident until obviously all the markets go completely sideways, which they are kind of on the precipice of doing. Specifically, he says, big picture, everything is going down. Price action is ultimately the Bible, end quote. And it's clear that Berger is not afraid to take a contrarian stance, obviously. I mean, just look at the name of his fund. Only time will tell, of course, is if his predictions are going to come true, but it's certainly worth paying attention to. He's been veteran trader for a very, very long time, and he's been right. What's important to remember is that he's also, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, a very, very influential person in the financial world, and his opinion carries a lot of weight. I say this to emphasize that he probably shouldn't be ignored, and I would take personally a cautious view. Now, a little disclaimer: I'm not a financial professional. I just look at trends and I do things with my money that I consider are reasonable. And I would encourage you to seek any kind of professional help when investing at whatever level you choose to do so, or choose to engage in, is probably a better way to say that. And again, nothing I say is financial advice. Don't rely on it in any way. Now with that, what do you think? Do you think Mr. Berger is correct? Do you think he is right to describe the future as a downward trend, to put it kindly? Do you suspect that we will have a rapid incline in the market, something that will help things bounce back in the future? Are you now taking an interest in short positions? I don't know. Never played the short game. But I'm curious, so if you have any thoughts on anything that he said or any of those questions I just asked, please engage in the chat down below. The comment section helps drive the algorithm, so even if you just say hello or thanks for the video, it counts and it helps. Just like hitting the like button and of course sharing out the content, which is another important step that a lot of people, well, they can help out their favorite channels with. Just share the video out on your favorite socials and go along with your day. But I appreciate you being here, and I never want to take you for granted, so I'm just going to say thank you for watching if you made it to the end, and if you didn't make it to the end, then you missed me saying thank you. So I'm sorry. Anyway, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. And don't forget to check out my Rumble at rumble.com/CultureCasino.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.